It's almost spooky season, guys, one of my most favorite times of the year. With that being said, I figured I'd share a story this month from my college era that has some spooky-ish themes, and it's about when myself and a bunch of other kanaka had to take the dreadful, the most horrifying, and also required course at UH, Math 100. When my friends and I had entered into the university, we were dreading having to take all of those gen ed classes. Fortunately, thanks to COP, I entered into the university with a whole gang of kanaka, and we were smart enough to register for all of our classes together. That way, we wouldn't have to face these monstrous gen ed courses alone. So the first day of Math 100 comes, and there are about like 7 or 8 of us from COP registered for the course. And we kind of went in there with the understanding that we'd all just stick together and champ it out. What we weren't expecting was that this class would have like 50 other people in it. I mean, this class was gigantic. It was in this big lecture hall, and I remember thinking how great this would be because this meant that I could hide. You see, back at Po'oa High, our classes were kind of small, and I had this one math class where the teacher would always call on students at random to go up to the board and do random math equations, and I hated it. Like, I literally can't learn that way. It's not my learning style at all. Nope, can't learn when I'm scared. Anyways, so while I enjoyed the fact that I could hide from the teacher amongst this huge crowd of students, what I wasn't expecting was how hard it would be to pay attention in these huge lecture halls, especially when the teacher himself, no shade to that professor, but the guy had no stage presence. Note to all the professors out there, your students can totally tell when you're running on autopilot. So pretty much myself, Miley, Adam the Power Ranger, and all of my other Hoa COP, we were all just coasting along together on the struggle bus. That is until we had a big wake-up call. And that was when the midterm struck. That midterm came and slaughtered us all. Dead bodies for days. So obviously we never learned when we all died together during the History 152 exam back in the summer. But what we did next was actually pretty cool and was a kokua nui for us all. Now, we were lucky enough to have at least one kanaka in our hui who didn't completely bomb the exam. This kanaka shall be known as Lai'ula. So what happened was we ended up asking Lai'ula if Oya could sit down with us at least once a week to tutor us on the side. Lai'ula agreed, and next thing you know, J-Love got a study room reserved over at the Hamilton Library. Also, I'm gonna be super honest here, but at one point it seemed like we were learning a lot more from our study sessions than we were from going to the actual class. So we just straight up stopped going. Now, before all of you kumu, professors, lecturers, academic advisors, peer mentors start freaking out at me over this, according to the syllabus, we weren't even getting graded or points from attending the class at all. All of the points were coming directly from our homework assignments, which we would upload online, or from the in-class exams. So we submit our ha'awina online and only show up when we had to, which was on exam days. And yeah, while we could have gone to the professor or the TAs for help, honestly, most of us kanaka just weren't vibing with them, and we figured we'd be better off just teaching ourselves. So the next few exams came, and what do you know? We passed! I mean, some of us just barely made it. But yeah, we passed, and we haven't looked back since. Now, I'm about to get a little preachy here, but when I go back and look at the question that I originally posed at the beginning of this Mokuna about why do we have to struggle our way through these gen ed classes, what's the point of all of them? Well, after living a little and studying so many Kaʻao, I found that there will always be annoying obstacles and challenges to overcome, especially when you're trying to reach a specific destination or accomplish a certain goal. For Hi'iaka, there were various mo'o that she had to scrap with on her way to Kauai. At one point, she even had to throw down her own sister. Same with the story of Umi'aliloa. That guy had to go up against fellow ali'i. He eventually had to kill his own brother Kaʻao because Kaʻao was low-key a terrible person and even more terrible ali'i. But on top of that, one of the things that make our Kaʻao Hawaii so unique is that typically the Hame'enui, or main character of the Kaʻao, are never going through these obstacles alone. Hi'iaka had wahine o ma'o and pa'u o palai. Umi had ko'i and pi'i mai wa'a. You see, our stories aren't just about the growth of an individual, but the growth of a collective. So it's all about finding your people, building that pilina, figuring out everyone's kuleana or their functions, and then facing obstacles together as a means to ulu or grow. This means that every single person who was on that team or was on that journey with you should have been affected by all the obstacles that you guys all faced together. Because if not, then sorry to break it to you, but that individual is probably using you and your hui to sneak past the obstacles. And it's probably for the best to let that person or persons go and release them from your hui, because yeah, more on that in future, Mokuna. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's super honest episode where I literally said it was okay to skip class and but yeah, read your syllabus. Yeah, that's the only way you're gonna know if you can or you cannot. And I'm just super thankful that I never have to take another Math 100 class again. Totally need to go knock on wood after this. But okay, see you guys all in spooky season. Aloha.